And welcome to this edition of Breastfeeding Buddies. Today we're going to talk just briefly about the laws in Colorado that support breastfeeding moms. The first law is the Breastfeeding in Public Act, and it establishes that a woman has a right to breastfeed anywhere that she has a right to be. And it really acknowledges that Colorado is part of a national movement to recognize the medical importance of breastfeeding and also the need to decrease the stigma that sometimes comes around women breastfeeding in public. The second law is the Colorado Workplace Accommodation for Nursing Mothers Act, and this act requires employers in Colorado to provide women with unpaid break time, although it can be paid break time or leave or meal time, for moms to express milk when they're in their workplace for up to 2 years after the birth of their baby. It also requires employers to find a private place for moms to pump that's in reasonable proximity to her work location and that's not a bathroom stall. The third part of the law is that women cannot be discriminated against for pumping in the workplace. There's also a federal law that requires employers to make these same accommodations, but the Colorado law actually provides more protection. The federal law protects women for a year after delivery, and the Colorado law goes for 2 years after delivery. The federal law, if an employer has less than 50 employees, then they are not required to follow the law. But in Colorado, if an employer has just one employee, then they have to follow this law. So all Colorado employers have to accommodate according to the Colorado law. The third law is called the Postponement of Jury Duty Service for a Person Who's Breastfeeding a Child Act. And any woman who's breastfeeding, if she's called for jury duty, she can now request 2 12-month postponements of her jury duty. And the clerk or judge may require proof that the mom's breastfeeding, and this can be as simple as a letter from her employer or a letter from her WIC office. So if anyone ever questions your breastfeeding efforts, just remember that there are laws to support you and don't be afraid to speak up. You can educate your friends, your family, your employer, make sure that they're aware of the law and your rights, and always be confident in your decision to breastfeed. Breastfeeding really is the best thing that you can do for your infant. So thanks for joining in today to Breastfeeding Buddies, and we hope you'll join us again next week, same time, same place, Tuesday at 10 o'clock.